Now, you said that Tim Tebow was better than Bo Nix.
Yes.
Tim Tebow is a better quarterback than Bo Nix.
If you put Tim Tebow on the Broncos this year, they'd be undefeated. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, did your teammates come to your birthday party?
It is a take, and it is hot.
They would go to Bo's birthday party. That's all I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Clickbait Sports. We've missed you. And today we have the full crew here, including, but not limited to, Brandon Perna. How is it going over there, Perna?
Well, pretty good, except for all your trash talking to my team before the show started. And now that the show started, Adam jumped right into it. But good.
We'll get into all of that.
Good.
To his right, 5 points vids. Now, 5, talk to me. What are the vibes like? How are you feeling? Another player down with injury. What's going on?
Well, welcome to Toothpick Bait Sports. I'm just saying the Giants have had nothing went according to plan. Like, you know how they always say, hey, let's go to plan B? There was no plan B.
That's fair. There was also no plan B for the Steelers this past weekend.
Like in Brandon Perna's house.
How are you doing over there?
Well, I'm too busy trying to chew a wad of gum like I'm Pete Carroll over on the sideline, but I do not have a toothpick, and I'm very sad about that.
Did not get the memo.
That's fair. That is fair. What is also fair is that the Packers, are they regressing more than Bo Nix? We are going to get into all of that, but first, Tom, how are you doing?
Better than our offensive line.
There we go. And you know what? Why don't we start with that Packers game? Because now the Cowboys have the 21st overall pick if the season were to end today.
What's the Cowboys pick? What's their pick?
We have the 12th pick right now.
Oh, but didn't you just give that for Quinnen Williams?
No, actually, that is a 2027 pick. The best of next year's pick. So a lot of people are saying and surmising the Cowboys actually might have won this trade. But before we get into that, let's get into
Who's
this.
Surmising that, Scooter? Who specifically?
The people. I'm just saying.
People are. I've seen that take a lot.
A lot of people are talking.
I mean, who Skip Bayless, Fury Jones.
I was just wondering, was that something that you just heard because you said it, or have you seen it?
The game was 10-7.
It was a barn burner.
It was a great game.
Which game are you talking about? Are you talking about Thursday Night Football or Monday Night Football?
What went wrong with the Packers against the Eagles? I was actually rooting for you guys to win this game, by the way.
I'm shocked. Lots of things went wrong. Listen, so for the Packers, their blocking has not been good for a good chunk of this season. And on top of that, Elton Jenkins is now out for the year. He has a leg fracture, so he got carted off of that game. That sucks. Not having Tucker Kraft, both for blocking and also as a receiver, huge loss for the Packers. Obviously, they lost him during the Panthers game. On top of that, Matthew Golden was out, but at the same time, we haven't been throwing the ball to him anyway. So you had to throw to Bo Melton, who he converted from a wide receiver to a corner this offseason, and he got 5 targets. Also dropped a 4th down pass, which really wasn't so great. But yeah, he hasn't really been practicing as a wide receiver, so no shock there. But the defense played real good. I mean, listen, they allowed 1 touchdown to Devontae Smith. You know, both defenses played really, really well. The Eagles with Phillips, who they just got from the Dolphins, he had a really, really good game. And unfortunately, it was a tale of defenses, and the Packers offense was nowhere to be seen. So,
do you see this as a turning point in the season where everything goes to shambles, or could this be just a one-off in your opinion?
Well, it's obviously not a one-off because, so the Packers have lost 3 games so far this season, right? So the issue is that now heading into this week, they're playing against the Giants, right? So they're going to be going up against famous Jameis and an interim head coach. So if the Packers are able to beat the Giants, which I think, God willing, they're going to be able to, we're about to figure out how good the Packers actually are. Because now they have, 8 games left? 5 of them are divisional games. after the Giants game are 3 divisional opponents in a row. They got the Vikings, they got the Bears, they got the Lions on Thanksgiving. So they're about to find out. So I think like at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to how they do within the division. Like I said, there's 5 more games, and then the other 3 are the Broncos and the Ravens and the Giants. So yeah, it's challenging. But the good thing is, like Parsons even said this after the game, like we're going to beat a lot of football teams with how our defense just played. You just worry about the offense right now. You look at the play calling and LaFleur, especially, my God, that 4th and 1 out of the shotgun insane. And the Eagles called it out. They literally were just like inside zone this way. And, yeah.
I'm petitioning Congress to ban shotgun on 4th and short.
Shotgun draws on 4th.
Yeah,
and
shotgun
short.
draws.
Is the head coach on the hot seat?
Their corners are 5 yards back. All you have to do is throw a quick screen to one of them, move forward a yard. You have the first down.
Yeah,
that's what you had to do.
That's fair.
Though I do not know what Nick Sirianni was doing. I mean, listen, honestly, it was probably like the right play call because if A.J. Brown catches that ball, it's a touchdown. But yeah, deciding to throw it deep on 4th down and give the Packers even a shot to kick that field goal, a little interesting. Yeah. Also, can I please get my substitute teacher kicker back? We have him on the active roster. Why are we not using him when Brandon McManus is not playing well? Thank you.
What, McManus just had a little vertigo. He thought the field goal post was to the far left.
He was so bad.
That's all it was. That's all he was.
You guys can have Graham Gano.
But he was
talking. The question is, and remains though, is Matt LaFleur on the hot seat? Many are saying and surmising.
It depends on who you talk to. I think in reality, I don't think he's like, for him to get fired, I think that you have to not make the postseason. And we're not at that point yet.
Which is possible.
I think at the end of the day, like we talked about Matt LaFleur for years. I mean, we've been talking about him all the way back since like the NFC Championship games or the divisional round against the 49ers. Is that situationally and when personnel comes to question, he has made some very interesting decisions. And there's times like when not starting Josh Nijman on the offensive line, even though he did really well against Nick Bosa previously. Or you could just talk about the play calling. Dude, he ran the ball a cajillion times on Monday night, and it was not really going anywhere. And so, yeah, there's definitely lots of question marks when it comes to play calling. The offensive line, I think, is really the biggest problem right now on the offense, but that is not helping.
That's fair. And now we go to your opponent next week, who could, in many people's minds, be the worst down bad team in the NFL right now. I'm talking about the New York Giants. 5. Jackson Dart goes out with a concussion. What was your immediate thoughts following that? Is there any hope left in this season?
Yeah, Jameis Winston is now taking over, and you have to love that simply from a soundbite standpoint, that Jameis is going to provide us much entertainment. All of us out here, whether he's going to win off the field when they ask him, why did you throw 7 picks today? He's just going to answer, I got my head, my shoulders, my knees, and my toes. And that's going to be, we're all going to laugh, and we're just going to be like, Jameis, you're a national treasure. And that's going to be it. So, yeah, we're just marching to the number 2 overall pick, maybe a top 3 pick. And the most curious thing to me, like I was honestly surprised that they fired Daboll. I'm surprised they didn't send a message firing by firing Shane Bowen, who, he wasn't. I don't get what the team's doing, but the fact that they retained him and Joe Shane to be like, we're gonna blame Daboll for all of this, but it's your job to go out and hire his replacement after you hired this idiot. It doesn't make much sense.
Do you think it was a mistake firing Daboll?
What's that?
Do you think it was a mistake firing Daboll? Was this premature? Was he given a raw deal?
I think he had really bad luck. Like I said last week, I think they had to do something to just show everyone in the building. Like they were going to fire him anyways. They weren't going to make the playoffs. This was a year that they had to improve upon last year, which they clearly haven't done. It was a message to everyone in the building that you could likely be gone next year if you don't get your stuff together. And that's all they could do. And but then they do the opposite by retaining Bowen and Shane. So I think Bowen's gone at the end of the year. I think Kafka might be able to retain his job or use this as an audition for another job somewhere. So they're doing Kafka a big solid by letting him audition here. But I think he has bigger aspirations. The thing that I just want as a Giants fan is someone with experience. Someone with experience, because Daboll, you can't count Pat Shurmur as being experienced. His experience was just idiocracy. And then Joe Judge and Ben McAdoo were the coaches for this team. Can we get someone that's won something in this league?
My only question is, and guys, let me know who you guys are thinking of for the next head coach for the Giants. Are you guys seriously considering Mike McCarthy?
Not Jeff Halfley.
Okay.
Oh, I just got a 50. I'll get that in a second. I don't know. I think he's a professional. He brings structure. He's someone that knows how to run a practice. He knows how to install a system. He is a multiple 10, 11 win, 12 win season guy. You didn't complain about Mike McCarthy, either of you, when he was winning a Super Bowl, Tom, or when he had you as what? Didn't you get to the number 1 seed at one point with Mike McCarthy? As
We got there in the 2011 season right after.
Yeah,
he started complaining about
15-1.
Mike McCarthy probably around the the run the table season was up there, and then probably after that.
Yeah, so he's a guy that could potentially be there for 5 years and not be a moron. Like
you are coping and seething.
It's going to be interesting to see how
better than Daboll.
it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between Jackson Dart
James Franklin.
and whatever the future quarterback is, whatever the future coach is of the New York Giants. Speaking of quarterbacks and regression, we go immediately to the Denver Broncos, where Bo Nix somehow, some way, was able to win a game somehow. Take us through your mindset in this game. Are you still a believer, is my question, Brandon Perna, or have you seen the light?
Light. What are you talking about? My faith has never wavered. Never wavered in Bosif Nix. Adam, before I talk about the Broncos, are you excited to just watch Kafka for this next stretch of the season as a coach, as like a legit audition? Do you think that's real?
He's not being actually considered for this job.
Why?
I am dead inside because it just doesn't work. You don't see that happen. You don't see an interim really take over. It doesn't happen. When's the last time an interim took over, won the job? All right. Rick Bisaccia was great. And what happened? He got fired. Then Antonio Pierce had an audition. They hired him.
I know.
Disaster.
They did. They hired Pierce. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
it just appears.
Like Malarkey, but like 1-7, they hired him and he won a playoff game. So there's that.
So you don't think he has any chance, is what you're saying?
I don't think so. I think the Giants want to they're trying to repeat on the Tom Coughlin thing. They want a guy with experience that can take them over. They've done everything. The definition of insanity is being a Giants fan. It's
that is
doing
valid.
the same thing over and over again and thinking something will change. And Kafka, he's a great, I wouldn't even say he's a great, he was the quarterback's coach or the passing coordinator for the Chiefs. Okay. Like, I don't think he was great. He's the guy that designed that 2-point conversion with Daniel Jones. I don't think he's all that great.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I don't think he's being auditioned.
Fair. That's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
You just have a guy to keep the lights on. Is that what you're pretty much saying?
Yes. That's all I'm saying.
Bo Nix, Scooter, you can
16 of 28 for 150 yards.
Shut up about Bo Nix.
1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
How
He had a nice
Bo Nix beat your team's ass, Scooter?
How many?
Bo Nix beat our team but our defense is absolute, unmitigated, complete and utter trash. This was also pre-Quentin Williams, by the way. We are completely different squad.
You want to talk about delusional? The Cowboys
are
and Quentin Williams
completely different squad now. We have our cornerstone player. It would be different.
Could have been
if
Micah.
we played today.
What'd your offense do against my defense?
Listen, again, the offense goes with the defense. They're interconnected. Okay?
So when Bo Nix destroys your defense, he also destroys your offense because they're interconnected.
You're saying Bo Nix is the real sack
but not
leader in the
really.
league.
Let's talk about this past game where he went 16 for 28 for 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and somehow they win the game 10-7 against the now 2-7 Las Vegas Raiders. Was this inspiring hope for you going forward?
Yes, it was, because he did not play well and we still won the game. Played the best defense in the league the week before in the Texans. And what I'm enjoying about Bo Nix right now, and I'll be 100% honest, I don't know how good he is, Scooter. I don't know, because sometimes he looks great, like he did against your Cowboys. I've seen some very good play out of Bo Nix. Go watch the Bengals game from last year. Go watch the Browns game from last year. He has a very good sample size. He's learning. He's developing. There's some issues. I don't disagree. But what's fun is to watch people not have any clue how to process who Bo Nix is out in the Twitter world.
I think he just is what he is. He's just Bo Nix.
He was
I'm just Bo.
Oregon.
Yeah, it's easy for you guys to say that because when we play in prime time, he plays his worst football. You don't watch all the games where he's freaking awesome. Nobody sees that shit. So when Zach Stevens just tweets out that his stats are comparable, just stats comparable to Mahomes, didn't say that he was better than Patrick Mahomes. You got former football players out there getting
You
worked.
are coping and see.
Is this
No,
what
I'm not coping. These are numbers.
You are
These are literal numbers.
You are both
Okay.
hoping and nixing.
Yeah.
You just
that's
can't
better.
accept what you're seeing.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he's better than Patrick Mahomes, but I'm saying his full body of work's not fucking bad. The narrative around him is.
So, since you're comparing him to
What
Patrick
are you
Mahomes,
laughing about? Like,
since you're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes, surely this will be on display when they take on the Chiefs this week. We will be able to see a one.
You are coping.
Oh, my bad.
That's this whole show. It's just going to be us saying
We will be able to
We're all
see a
coping.
1-to-1 comparison, and it will be comparable. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying I have no idea how Bo's going to play against the Chiefs this weekend, but I like Bo Nix, and I think if you're actually having a discussion about him, I am saying I don't know how good he is, but I'm telling you he's not as bad as people want to say he is this week because he didn't have a great game in prime time. I'm saying he's done some really good things. He's in his second year. For whatever reason, I feel like he gets criticized maybe even more than the other second-year QBs, and I think it's because the Broncos have a winning record. I think it's because their defense is
people
so
are
good.
ripping on McCarthy right now, dude. Like McCarthy
Oh, yeah.
is
And McCarthy
his
worked.
9 personality, and he's just throwing arm punches. Is that 9 or is that JJ? Good question. Not sure.
Like, I would love to sit here and go, yes, Bo Nix is so good. He does everything well. I am so confident for this game and talk as much shit as I can to Chiefs fans and, just go in with that sort of like optimism. But I can't because I'm still forming an opinion on him. And actually, if you want to look at one of Bo's better games, one of his more underrated games, it was the Chiefs game last year when the Chiefs won on that blocked field goal. Like,
didn't you get like 13 points that game or something like that?
It was what was the final score? 16-14?
Okay, that's what I thought.
But Nix completed 73% of his passes, threw for 215, threw 2 touchdowns, And if you just go watch him in that game, like that's one of his better performances against a good defense. So we'll see. I'm not
We will see.
I'm not gonna say he's gonna light up the Chiefs.
Would you rather have right now? This question is for everyone. Would you rather have Bo Nix or Jackson Dart as QB1 right now, fully healthy?
I was going to
Chat
say, while he's
join in.
concussed or like, okay. so you're
Fully
saying-
healthy. Who would you rather have as a starting quarterback right now?
I would
Fully healthy.
rather have Sean Payton encourage Bo Nix to run a little bit more, but not as much as Jackson Dart runs.
Dart is reckless is the
Dart
problem.
does not know how
That
to
was
fly, dude.
yeah. He's been hanging out with Cam Scatterbo too much, and his influence has rubbed off on Dart. And Dart has this complex to him where he just doesn't slide. And I get it. He's desperate. He's like, I have to do this because my wide receiver core sucks. My offensive line sucks. I have to take off every time I'm under duress. But his running out of the pocket is irresponsible and scary.
Well,
And that's what concerns me. I'd kind of rather if you talk in terms of reliability, Bo is the better choice. But Dart has a bunch of upside. You've seen it already in 4 games.
You want to talk about
Where do you
Dart
think
scrambling
Bo
from the
ranks
pocket?
in
But
terms of touchdown passes this season? Where do you think he ranks?
Isn't he in the top 3?
He's tied for 5th.
Oh, okay. Top 5. There you go.
Where is he?
I
in
don't
yours?
think it's so much. Jackson Dart was reckless. He was
Oh,
reckless in college as well when he was playing.
Mhm.
But you have to also account for the fact that he has the most quarterback runs called for him than any other quarterback. He has the most quarterback runs called out of any other quarterback. So it's not just him scrambling from the pocket. This was something Brian Daboll
And Mike
influenced.
Kafka. Yeah, and Mike Kafka. Because they don't have an offensive line in front of them. You know, the middle of the offensive line kept constantly collapsing. Now they're getting better. Oh, we got another 50. But it's ugly.
Can you guys tell me? Can you tell me which non-quarterback has been sacked this season?
Which non-quarterback has been sacked?
Yeah,
Who tried to throw a pass and got
it's
sacked?
Cortland Sutton from that dumbass.
that
There
third
you
and
go.
one.
You want to know a problem is our wide receivers got as many sacks as Cooper Rush and Kirk Cousins. Fudge. Sorry, I was just looking at that. in front of you
Yeah,
guys.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Hating
later
on Modest Mouse.
That's fair.
GC.
We're going to transition now to another team that
I
has
think Beast
been.
likes the curse wheel. I think he's a big fan.
Yes.
Modest Mouse, Beast of Metal. Thank you for apologizing.
All
We're going to
float
go
on.
to the Steelers game this past weekend. They also, much like Bo Nix, you don't really know if this is a good team or a bad team. It's changing every week. This week, Tree, take us through what happened against the Chargers.
I'm gonna move this over here because I need to. Wait, no. Why are we on
What is this
GPS?
background?
Pero Bo Nix es especial con great.
Johnny John John!
What is
I
going
was
on?
wondering what happened here. Brandon, what are we doing here? I'm blaming you because your curse wheel ruined us, man.
Oh, that curse wheel.
You had us BS last week against Indianapolis, and now it's like, what happened here? It was the worst performance I've seen in years. That, as I said, that's the Aaron Rodgers I was fearing I'd see last year or when we signed him. That was bad. That was legitimately terrible. He kept running into sacks. He was missing targets left and right. First interception was completely overthrowing DK right into the hands of the safety. Second one was off the hands of Calvin Austin. Can't blame him for that one. But there were just a lot of like weird decisions, weird throws. And this is a Chargers defense that's pretty banged up injury-wise, especially with, I think, Tyir Tart was out for a little bit. Khalil Mack's been out for a number of games. He played this game, but actually had that safety. But they've had like issues, especially on their offensive line. And I know the Steelers had 5 sacks, but I believe 2 or 3 of those happened when the game was starting to slip out of reach. So they did get some stats, but once again, it's a situation that it's a game you're going to be kicking yourself over because you just looked terrible, especially offensively. And my main question is, I know they're trying this running back by committee with Kenneth Gainwell on 3rd down and Caleb Johnson in there, but Jaylen Warren, by hands and feet, is your best running back. I don't understand why he isn't out there on 3rd down. Put Gainwell in on 2nd or even 1st down. And then have your best runners on 3rd down when you're trying to do, because you're 0 for 9 on 3rd down. The offense still looks like a mess. You just have to figure out something, but your best horse is out there. And I don't know.
We're
Really glad to meet you, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for the support.
Go Steelers.
Where do the Steelers go from here?
Well, this week's going to be pretty telling. I mean, they better win. They're playing Cincinnati, and Joe Flacco's currently hurt. They're without Trey Hendrickson again. Shamar Stewart, the only thing he's sacking is the injury report because he is hurt all the time. Their defense is pretty much the worst in football. So what it probably means is it's going to be a shootout, and it will probably be decided on the final kick.
Who started for the Bengals?
Probably Flacco. I know it's probably sprained a C joint. He hasn't practiced, but I think he did play last week with it. So probably
Diamond Joe Flacco still getting it.
The
done.
elite Joe Flacco, very elite.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Dallas Cowboys had a bye week,
and they still lost.
The week before, we did make a splash trade. I want to get your reaction on this trade for Quinnen Williams. Do you think Jerry was cooking, or did he get fleeced? What are your thoughts on this Quinnen Williams trade? Is this what the Cowboys needed? Should we have just kept Micah Parsons?
I mean, the answer is probably yes. I mean, I do like Williams to the Cowboys. I think it's honestly all going to depend on how Overshown looks when he comes back. Because if Overshown can pick up where he left off and be that kind of, because he was amazing when he was it was like, holy cow. If you could get that other pass, and Ezraku has been fine, like he's been pretty good. He looks like he's developing solidly, but I feel like you still need that pass rush, but Williams is going to be really nice in the middle to try and actually stop the run. So I like this. I think it's just too little too late for this season.
And it might be.
Yeah, that's your biggest win.
I think the Cowboys made this trade looking towards the future more. While it might get us, we have him under contract for 3 years. He probably will want an extension. We do have the money to sign him and both George Pickens if we want. But Tree, what was your reaction? What were you going to say? Tree?
No. I mean, I was saying like it's just Jerry being delusional. I mean, you're just saying he's afraid of like not getting a ring before he dies. In this defense, it's bad. You talked about stopping the run, yet you've given up 100-yard rushers in probably 4 of your last 5 games. It's gotten pretty bad on that regard. So Quinnen Williams should shore that up, hopefully. I know Kenny Clark's been dealing with some injury more or less, but more or less, I just think they have too many holes right now, especially at inside linebacker when you're still playing Kenneth Murray and Trayvon Diggs. He's going to be out for a little bit. Deron Bland's been a mess. And you're just getting exposed on defense. I mean, unless Dak Prescott goes otherworldly, it's ugly. I mean, you guys got crushed by the trade tree. I think it's not that I don't like the trade. I just think it's just throwing more crap at a collapsing foundation. That's what I feel it is.
Quinnen Williams, I would not classify as crap. I would put him in an elite category. And I think
he's not going to do much for you.
Like Micah?
We'll see. Specifically like Micah. Yes. 5. Go ahead. What's your reaction?
Guys, I just want to ask, do you guys remember when the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons? That was great. That was really funny. I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay. Speaking of that trade, a lot of people could say the Cowboys could have won this trade pending what we get for this first round pick. What are your guys' thoughts on that statement? Because now we kind of see everything that's taken shape here with the trade. It ends up with the Cowboys getting Quinnen Williams. We move up a couple of picks and we get another first round this year. And we've traded our second rounder and lost Micah Parsons. Who won this trade? as of today.
Still the Packers today.
Yeah, you
Their
gotta,
defense is better. Your defense is worse.
Well, we haven't played a single game with Quentin Williams, so I don't see how you can make that statement.
Yeah, well, you just got him, so you wasted half the season.
yeah. How could you be like, hey, who won this? Well, you didn't see him play yet, so I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
Even
how do you even know?
We all
that is
love
fair.
Quentin Williams. It's a solid addition. I think he's going to help.
See, here's what's gonna happen: is the Cowboys are gonna beat up on the Raiders on Monday night, and then Scooter's gonna walk in here on Thursday and just, like a guy coming to the water cooler, just ready to talk you smack, because that's what's going to happen. The Raiders are going to look awful and the Cowboys are going to look good, and we're just going to have to suck it up and take it.
What if the Raiders score 10 points, which means that they scored more on the Cowboys than they did the Broncos?
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, you feel like you should score at least 10 on the Cowboys, even an offense as bad as the Raiders. Ashton Jeanty is still pretty good, and Brock Bowers is a beast. So my question is, how are you going to stop him, even with Geno Smith just magically turning back into his Jets form? So
First of all, we have the same defensive line coach when he was balling out on the Jets. He's with the Cowboys. He's going to get him back into the right form, into the right stance. Cowboys, I think, are on the right path. Plus, we pick up Logan Wilson as well. We didn't get to do this last week because we didn't go live, but I want to ask you, who were the winners of the trade deadline?
Unfortunately, the Cowboys won. I mean, they got Quentin Williams. They got the best player out, that was available. And I think they overpaid a little bit, a first rounder. But like you at least did something. My team did nothing. So
I say the
win for
Jets
you.
after they won. After getting rid of
they
Two
beat the
first-round
Cleveland
picks for
Browns
Sauce
with
Gardner.
less than
Overpay? Was that an
$175
overpay from the Colts? 2 first-round picks for Sauce.
I mean, it's
It's
a
a
rich
steep
price,
price.
but if you win a Super Bowl or get close to it, I think they'll take that price.
Didn't
That's
he
the
just
key.
get cooked the last game too? Like
Not
he got
really.
No,
he
he
did
was
all
solid.
right. He did all right last game against Indy.
Yeah.
The thing with Sauce Gardner, he's been out with a concussion for a little bit, and he was whining to the media that he only gets called for penalties because he's on the Jets. That's his problem. It's mostly been penalties and stone hands. He hasn't really gotten a pick. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
been
got
his
terrible
issue.
hands.
Yep.
He's a defensive player.
He's got the Ike Taylor hands.
Yeah, he does. No, but he was good, and I think he'll
I
be
think,
better. He had to go to Indy. He had to leave the Jets, go to Indy, and then go to Berlin, and he played pretty well. Like that's a lot in a week.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Available.
Unfortunately, I think the Eagles actually did very well in free agent the trade deadline
Phillips
as
was
well,
very good.
picking up Jalen Phillips for basically free
Hold on,
because
can you
they
pause
traded
there?
away a third-round pick for him. If
real
he
quick.
walks and another team signs him, they'll get a third-round pick back as a comp pick.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons, PFF, especially this season, who knows? But has 50
PFF
pressures, so is up there with Aiden Hutchinson, but they currently have him ranked as their number 1 defensive player.
The problem is with PFF, they had Myles Garrett had 2 tackles against
Correct.
the Steelers. They rated his pass rush as an 83, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, but let's think about it this way, guys. If I worked at PFF and I was doing grades, and say I had to do a bunch of grades for a bunch of different players, and one of the players I got a grade is Myles Garrett, and I don't really want to watch the Browns, I'm just gonna go, you know what? 83 for Myles Garrett, that sounds pretty good. I don't think anybody's gonna argue.
They undid the efforts of your favorite tackle, Broderick Jones, and he had a good game in that game. How do you feel about that, Brandon?
Hey, I'm rooting for Broderick. He
He's done
really
all
helped
right
our
this
team
year.
out that one drive. I like Broderick. I'm not anti-Broderick. I'm his biggest
I know
fan.
you love your Broderick Jones.
Yeah, I love me some
That's fair.
Broderick Jones. I have a
That is
trivia
fair.
question for you guys. Okay? Which
Listening.
Which quarterback leads the league in rushing right now?
Is it Bo Nix?
Jackson
Caleb
Dart.
Williams.
I heard of Bo Nix. I heard of Caleb Williams.
I said Jackson Dart.
That's a very good guess, Adam.
Daniel Jones.
All of you are wrong. It is Justin Herbert.
What? He has to.
Yeah,
I mean, he has no
Justin
line.
Herbie.
He has no line. He's getting killed.
He's got 324 rushing yards right now. That is the
Who's
most.
second?
And right behind him is Jackson Dart, who has 317, then Justin Fields.
I know Dart has the most rushing
TDs
TDs for quarterback.
Why did I
He's
say
gotta
Daniel
have that.
Jones?
I don't know.
Well,
Daniel
he's
Jones
still
hasn't
around.
really had to
Run a
run
lot
that
more.
much this year.
He hasn't
Yeah.
run a lot more,
Man.
a lot recently.
Herbert's that answer's like Herbert, and then you think about the Chargers game, you're like, you know what he does? Does have like a nice run or two every game.
He does. He
He had a good run
off
on
for like
that
20
third
or
down.
25 yards. Yeah, he's
Yep.
he can run. He got legs.
He runs when he has to. I mean, he was pretty quick
And
with getting out the ball at the very least. And
Yeah, he's generally smart enough to slide. Generally.
I mean, he has look at his offensive line. I mean, even with PFF, they're near dead last. Bradley Bozeman's not done well. Zion Johnson hasn't done well. Mekhi Becton's
Herbert's
been in and
been
out
great,
with
man.
injury. His tackles are down to Austin Deculus and Trey Pipkins. And I could have made those names up and you probably wouldn't have believed me. Trevor Penning just got acquired. Joe Alt's out for the year. Slater's been out
Joe
for the
Alt
year, the
delete.
whole year. And it's just he's getting killed back there. I
Pretty
don't know
sure
how
I
much longer
failed
he can keep up.
Deculus in high school.
Yeah, I think we all failed Deculus.
Swish, swish,
Colby.
swish. This is true about Herbert, though. What's funny about Herbert probably not getting enough credit for how well he's played this season is it's just making up for those other seasons where he was getting way too much credit for, what he was doing.
No, he gets chided for being a social media quarterback. And the moment he was out a couple years ago, remember, that team went to shit. They were bad.
and now he's playing his best football and he's not getting enough.
It also
enough
helps when Lad McConkey is really good. Aronde Gaston's emerging as a quality tight end, and Quentin Johnson finally realized he had hands and can catch. I think that's helped a bit too.
Those are hands are good. Hands are good.
Hands are useful.
Yeah,
The Eagles also traded for Jair Alexander, who has now announced he is stepping away for mental health reasons and to get his body healthy. I just want to get your guys' thoughts on this specifically and really mental health around the NFL, especially considering Marshawn Nealon's tragic passing last week. What are you guys thinking of right now for mental health in the NFL as it relates to the athletes?
Well, I think for Jair, I mean, it's been a very, just because he's been on the Packers for all these years, it has been a very frustrating road to recovery, because there have been times that he wants to be out there, but just his body is not letting him. He's been dealing with injuries for quite some time. And I was talking about this with Perna on GPS, dude, before his injuries, he was one of the best corners in the NFL. He was up there as the top. Unfortunately, just he's had so many injuries over the years, and and that's when they made the decision to get rid of him this past offseason. And I was just we just have no depth there, right? But unfortunately, even when he was on the Ravens, I think it was week.
It was that week one Buffalo game.
Yeah,
he got
had a tough
multiple
game,
times.
Week one. And then he's just been a healthy scratch, 4 times this season. And so he went to Philadelphia. He didn't even travel with the team to go to Green Bay. So I just hope he's good, man. He will always be one of my favorite players. Just his personality alone, he's very eccentric. I just like him. He's a cool player. So I hope his mentals are all good, and I'm glad he's taken some time to take care of him.
One thing I have
his beautiful eyes.
Dude, he has awesome
eyes.
Those snow blue eyes. They pierce the soul.
One thing I want to address is I've been seeing a lot on Twitter of players getting messages of death threats of just things related to gambling. Hey, you sold me on this play, and that's just unbelievably crass, inappropriate, unacceptable. These guys have so much pressure on them as people to perform just for the purity of the game, and then for people to go on and send them threats and attack their character. I get it, some things happen, your body lets you down or an injury happens, but this needs to stop, and people need to be held accountable for sending these bad messages. It should be criminal, honestly, to be able to DM and attack someone like that. I just, that is not cool. And so it needs to stop. That's what I want to say about that, because we don't need to contribute to someone's mental downfall through social media. It's awful.
Yeah, I think there's a weird line you cross when you reach out to a player specifically to vent your anger. There's a code of conduct where you can yell into the Twitter ether during the game about your team, about players making mistakes on the field, right? Like, oh God, this player just fumbled. Oh, my team's destroying me again. Like, I believe that's part of the fun. And then I don't know what it is inside of people that makes them feel empowered to then take that next step. And the first step there is to at that player and say something messed up for everybody to see. But then the cowardly thing to do is to go into their DMs and say something horrific. And you're right. Like, I don't like, the only way you stop that is having some sort of consequences for it. But then, like, players are put in this position where they're being not asked, but like they feel like this responsibility to either show this terrible shit that's happening and draw more attention to it. And then you're like, do I give this person possibly what they want in this attention, or do I just continue to ignore it and go on with my day? And I think this week Bo Nix was asked about criticism on social media, and he's like, I deleted them all. Like, I don't have it. Like, it was a issue early on in my career of seeing stuff, and I just choose like not to. He's like, people who might have a problem with something you've done rarely are going to say it to your face. So he's like, I'm actually pretty good right now in terms of dealing with criticism, but it is a weird, stupid thing. And I don't know.
I think the thing is too,
level, I guess
it's actually this has been happening for a while. Oddly
enough,
there are stories about like Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, guys getting letters from dudes back in the day, shitting on them endlessly, talking about their own biases and saying they're terrible people, stuff like that. So I mean, we're kind of going back to the 1920s. The Mafia trying to fix games for their own gain, threats over like letters and media by anonymous sources. We have TV carriage rights disputes. So, I mean, as I said, it feels like we're just going back to the past here, if I'm going to be completely honest here.
I think there's a few things, because like the one that stands out for me for the Packers is MVS. Like, because when he fumbled that ball during the Colts game, like there was God, man. Like it was and the thing is too, is I feel like with sports gambling, because you're talking about the Giants player, right? Who was coming at the kicker, right?
Yeah, Graham Gano, yeah.
Who was coming out. I do want to answer that Patriots question. When it comes to the gambling aspect, I think that has empowered people who may not even be diehard football fans to now have eyes on the game and have something at stake. Right? Because before that, it was like, oh man, you're making my team lose. And so I'm going to take this extra step and go and make a death threat or do whatever. Now it's like, oh, well, now you lost me money. I mean, because you even saw this when fantasy came around, right?
Yeah,
it's just like, oh my God, you're a garbage. Even when there was no money involved.
Just for bragging right.
Game this week.
Exactly. Right. We're talking about fake points on the internet. So like at the end of the day, like there are so many levels, but I think now with gambling, it has given people more of an excuse to go, oh, well, I am going to send some hard things to this person because now they've cost me money. So
and that's not their
Daniel
fault.
Jones
That's
was getting it in person when he was on the Giants. There's people like outside the stadium, like waiting for that dude.
Him. And talking
when Ryan Whitney was in Edmonton, he talks about a story of when he was eating out at a restaurant with his family. This was before gambling was a thing. A fan literally just went up to his table and just told him how much he sucked. As I said, it's been a thing for a long time, and I don't get it. I mean, I do it myself. I'm throwing stones at glass houses over here, so you can kindly call me out on this.
There is the counter argument, and I don't agree to this. I'm just playing devil's advocate. The counter argument to all this is, oh, well, you're getting paid millions of dollars. You should expect to be criticized if you do poorly.
Well, criticizing, I think, is different than threatening them too.
Correct.
Like if you went into their DMs and were like, MVS, I really wish you would have played better. Maybe this week, do some extra catching drills. I think it will help you. because I find it
super
really
constructive.
frustrating to watch some of these drops. And if I'm being perfectly honest, as a fan of the game, I got a lot not going right in my world, MVS. I'm not doing so well, and the only way
I'm fumbling things at home.
The goddamn Packers win. So please, just try to catch a couple more balls at practice.
I think that's.
If you take that approach, I think it's better.
I think so.
I agree.
I don't think I think it's very rare that an athlete would ever want to fail.
Yeah,
of course
it's
not.
just nobody, and especially injuries. Nobody wants to be hurt. You experience an injury, you start questioning a lot of things mentally. Like, why did this happen? You weren't trying to do it, and it just happens, and you're like, what is going on? And nobody wants an injury. Yeah. And then
is Elton Jenkins responsible for Jordan Love inadvertently landing on his foot? I don't think so.
And I think the crazy thing is, too, a lot of these people who are complaining about the players getting injured have never actually played a sport themselves or been injured in a sport themselves, because injuries do suck. And we don't see the rehab that these people go through to try and get back to normal. It is vigorous and strenuous, and it sucks. It does suck. So I think
I have a good punishment. What were you going to say, Tom? Sorry.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, because Woody Johnson's a coward, and he doesn't like that his ownership is absolute garbage and got an F. And so
it's
now
a combination.
Like, you know what, guys? Why don't we just get rid of him? Why don't we just
because I see it as anonymous. Like Art Rooney the second's the same way. Like he's part of the thing that endorsed it as well. I think him, Tapper, and a few other owners have done the same. Art Rooney the second came out a few years ago and said it was a media opportunity for these surveys. It's an arrogant thinking because everyone calls him out on being cheap. And that is the worst secret of the Steelers. Like Art Rooney the second is extremely cheap. Woody Johnson, extremely cheap. They're just calling them out in their BS.
Woody Johnson's got to worry about some emails anyway. So
isn't he on some
Woody Johnson's got to worry about his
right
failing pharmaceutical company too.
So
it's about as useless as his COVID shot.
Real quick, because this was asked before about the Patriots being real. Yeah, I mean, in terms of what they've been able to, Drake May has played so damn well this season, and on top just because someone donated before. And on top of that, like their schedule, heading into the rest of the season is very winnable. They're going to be playing the Bills again, but the fact that this was maybe they could be a wild card team and they could very possibly be a top 3 team in the AFC. Yeah, I think the Patriots doing pretty well. And they're only, I think, going to get better as time goes on, as Drake May continues to develop as a passer. And he's already damn good.
That is a great segue into previewing the Thursday night football game, which is the Patriots taking on the Jets, who were able to get a win. What are we thinking for this Thursday night football game? Do the Jets keep the momentum going and shock the world again and worsen their draft stock by beating the Patriots?
I mean, they played spirited football, but how much is that? Is just Cleveland being Cleveland? That's the question I have.
I think it would help if the Jets were at home, because then they'd have someone to play up to. But I think they get down early to the Pats and they just kind of give up.
They would have their turf to take out some of the Pats.
Yeah.
I mean, if Justin Fields can throw more than 50 air yards just throughout the game, I think they may have just barely a smidgen of a chance.
Remember, the Jets is the Jets.
Listen, the Dolphins, talking about the AFC East, they were able to knock off the Bills on Sunday and they kicked their ass.
It was the Heat.
There needs to be some respect on the Jets name, okay? This is a team that has not lost in not 2, but 3 weeks. Sure, they were on a bye for one of them, but they're on a 2-game win streak for their first 2 wins of the season, okay? Wow. That being said, the Patriots, I think, are still going to win.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, they're doing all of this winning without some of their best players now gone.
Is this the week where you do a counterintuitive pick, Brandon, and you actually pick the Jets? Because I'm going to ride with the
Patriots. This is Patriots.
Oh, darn it.
I've been what I have found really funny about the Jets this season is every week when whatever TV program it is that they bring up the Jets and so much has gone wrong. When they're trying to start some sort of positive narrative, they just play the Aaron Glenn clip of him dancing down the sideline right before they lose. And I'm like, how many times are they going to play this clip? Because that was the only highlight the Jets had until they just won these 2 games. So,
and it was all special teams too. Like, Justin Fields had like 5 yards at one point. So,
now, but that could be a difference maker. Like, if their special teams can, get a play or two there. I like the Patriots, not like outside of Drake May. I like their defense. I think Mike Vrabel's just proving he's a really good head coach.
Yes.
And also Drake May is pretty legit right now.
Drake, May.
Question on the Jets overall. Do you think them trading away all of their best players, stockpiling picks, they've got a couple first-round picks this year, and they've got several in 2027, which is supposed to be a loaded draft class. Do you think this is wise for them to blow it up because they weren't able to find a good quarterback, in a lot of people's opinions, to pair with this team? Or do you think they should have stuck it out for a little bit? Where are you guys at?
I think it comes down to timing, right? So they didn't get rid of Garrett Wilson, right? Breece Hall is still on that team. And I think you just go back a few years ago when their defense was one of the best in the NFL. They had the offensive rookie of the year, the defensive rookie of the year, and they just did not have a quarterback, right? Like Zach Wilson just wasn't the answer there. And so that's why they went all in and going and getting Aaron Rodgers and all of his friends. Obviously, that didn't work out the first season because injury, and then the second season really didn't work out. So I think for where you are as the Jets, losing Williams, I think is like that hurts Jets fans a little bit more. Sauce, I think, his first 2 years is probably his best play, and he's still a very, very good corner. The hard thing now is about the Jets is they have to draft well. And that's what it comes down to, right? Scooter, you can even agree, not even talking crap about the Cowboys. It's great to have draft picks, but man, like you got to draft well, or otherwise they mean absolutely nothing. And I think for the Jets,
draft a Mozzie Smith and then he's gone.
Yeah, now he's on the Jets, and I think like they obviously need a franchise QB. We'll see if that's what they're going to do next year. But ultimately, they got to hit on a few key pieces. This gives them an opportunity to do so, but that's the tough part. You still got to pick well, because if they don't, this is going to look really bad because they also trade away some of their best players.
And I think going back to the Micah trade, I think that is why we made the trade for Quinnen Williams, because we were not going to sit back and leave it to chance in the draft. We needed to get an all-pro, and we did in Quinnen Williams, and we'll see what this other first-round pick is. But if we missed on those 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons, Jerry would have never heard the end of it. So I like what he did by going to get Quinnen Williams, and we'll see.
I got something really funny to show you guys. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Get ready. I need your attention here. Focus.
2 times.
14 arrested in Mafia-backed betting ring involving athletes.
Ooh.
14 men were charged. According to the authorities, Joseph Little Joe Perna, a member of the what's that? The Lucchese?
Can we see a picture of this person?
Little Casey
family. Can we see what Little Joe looks like?
We need to see what Little Joe Perna looks like.
Can someone do an AI?
What's your dad's name?
The Direction of the Perna Organization. Oh my God!
This is breaking. By the way,
I had no idea I had these ties. I got to make some phone calls.
Oh, dude,
what's your dad's name
right now?
Is your dad's name Joe?
They call him Little Joe, but
Dad's in trouble.
6
Where's
locations
Perna?
Oh, we've got
Ralph
a bunch of Pernas
Perna.
here. Ralph Perna, Joe Perna, John Perna, your nephew. And then we have Matthew
a lot of John
Madonna, John
Pernas over
Mangrella.
Hey,
I
it's
mean,
about
you're
Madonna.
famous, Brandon. You're famous.
Do you know these people?
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Have you met any of these people? Do not lie, Brandon.
no, I haven't.
Okay. All right.
I thought my family was clean. I thought we were the nice guys,
Little Joe Perna.
Little Joe.
Little Joe Perna.
Little
Joseph
Joe
Perna
Perna.
is
Dude, that sounds like one of my
45.
family members for sure.
Is your dad's name Ralph by chance, Brandon?
No.
You thought you were the nice guys. Turns out you were the wise guys.
John Perna's not your nephew. He's actually 38. He's a year older than me. But
Oh my
really
gosh.
funny, dude.
then Ralph,
Before we
Ralph
get into
M.
any other crimes or criminal activities, let's make our predictions for this Thursday night football game. Final score will be what?
Patriots by murder.
Final score. We're looking for two numbers.
34-17.
I
28-6.
would say the New York Jets getting 3 people arrested along with the Perna family.
Okay. I'm going to go 28-3.
Whoa.
Just for old time's sake.
Nice. Nice. A little shot out.
Yeah. I think the Patriots win 24-10. 24-10.
All right. Let's see how it plays out. So is your YouTube just a front for all of this?
Honestly,
It's for laundering.
A
Laundering.
lot of things are making sense now that I think of
It
it.
puts a lot of pieces together.
Now I can see why. Like when you do the curse wheel, that's their bet to bet against. And
That's what I'm saying. He's got people
Go with the
knocking
money
out
line.
kneecaps the day of.
Wow.
I mean, I hope they made more than $12,000, or else you're going to be like Emmanuel Clase and Luis.
Someone
Ortiz gave
go to
65
the
years.
countdown right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not go to the countdown. Let's talk about his crime family. I mean, we have to have some Italian music here.
Oh, man. Here again, counting down numbers. Every time you look at
I miss the raps. I just can't. I can't do it over that.
Yeah,
it's
I miss
weird,
it
man.
too.
That's
The
fair.
raps were
That is fair.
fire.
I got $9.99. I am safe.
McDonald's. There you go, baby.
I got
I have-
72.97.
91.96.
It's between me and Perna. Perna, I got
I know,
100.
I have the perfect punishment for 5 if he gets it.
If Perna loses, he has to dress up as Little Joe Perna next week.
I got $131.49.
143.92.
Man, I was
Little Joe Perna, you have to show up with a fedora and a pinstripe suit, just completely gangstered out.
Fair
You
enough.
just have to go like, it's like, yeah, now, see?
You have to
Bo Nix
talk
is good,
like-
see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
You
that.
have to talk like a gangster the entire show.
You got to take a picture and try and match the mugshot as accurately as
100
possible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about matching the mugshot because he just looks like a regular dude, but I can come in as a full blown.
Yeah, it looks
There
like he
is
has
a
like
Russell
just like an Adidas
cameo now.
tracksuit.
That is.
Yeah. Oh, the Adidas tracksuit, please hit
Oh, you
that.
want to go
Adidas tracksuit definitely
Adidas
works.
tracksuit?
Yeah.
You want pinstripes or you want Adidas tracksuit?
Adidas
Going-
tracksuit. 100%.
Adidas
Christopher from The
tracksuit.
Sopranos or am I Michael Corleone?
What
Yes.
was
I mean, as long as
remember back in the 80s when there was that trash bag thing that you could wear to lose weight? It was like silver. Like I would love to see you in one of those.
I definitely want tracksuit. 100%.
Let's do
All day
tracksuit.
tracksuit.
Flick back
All
the
right.
hair, right? Just
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Bro, don't
That's
let
a
him
good
see
one.
this either. Don't let him see this.
There are probably about 30 John Pernas in my family, though.
But
So.
could you also do John Perna's hairstyle, that little spiky thing that's going on there? That would also
I mean,
be
he kind of looks
excellent.
like he was
Little
on
Jim
Jersey
Tan.
Shore about
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Do you
Little Jim
think the
Tan
Perna
laundry.
crime family is watching this right now and it's just like that's if he mocks us
It's like-
next week?
The disrespect.
Brandon
You're
Penn
good.
is going to be
Not
sleeping
good.
with the fishes.
Listen here.
I mean, literally.
What do
yeah.
you guys have coming out on your YouTube channels?
Ooh, I have what happened to every NFL stadium since the merger in the Super Bowl era. Like there's some stadiums you guys completely forgot about that were like in the mix. A lot have been demolished, but it's very interesting. Over 70 stadiums in this video.
I will be looking
It'd
forward
be
to that.
awesome.
Perna, what's coming out next?
He's got to go bail out his cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're
His
working on
cousins.
we just shot a video about the NFL kickoff and what it's done to the season and some
When
of
you
the
say we, do you mean the family or
me and Will and Johnny and Connor.
sure.
And Ralph and Joey.
Yeah, and Uncle Tommy, Uncle Joey.
We'll be looking forward to that as well.
And
Tree, what is dropping on the Urinating Tree YouTube channel?
Sports ball yesterday, working on MLB debriefing right now. So hoping to get that done. I don't know if it'll be done this weekend, but I'll get a good bit of work done on it.
There we go.
Also going
And
to Pitt Notre Dame this weekend. So yep, looking forward to that. So
keep us surprised. Tom,
Apparently they have game day there. Everyone says like, "Oh, you should go to game day. You should go to game." It's like, why?
go to game day. Lock it
Go to game
in.
day.
Tom, what's coming out on the channel?
I'm streaming tonight, so I'll be streaming
Oh, let's do
Jets
it.
Patriots game. It's a prime time. Now after tonight, there are only 6 Thursday games left. So
Hallelujah.
See,
Coming
the
down to the
season has
wire.
really flown by this year. Be on the lookout for the NFC East meeting dropping after this is
Yes.
over. That is on the way. The Giants are in shambles in real life and virtually as well. This has been another episode of Clickbait Sports. And as the little Joe Perna family says, forget about it.
Bang, how you doing?
Capiche?
we actually just talk like this.